Hi, Judah Nation, all around the world. Welcome. I'm Anjie Hipple. My sweetheart Chuck is here with me, and it's so good to have you. Let's start by just taking some deep breaths and hearing from Judah. And then we're going to dive into keep it simple, sweetheart. Hmm. Hmm. So, if you're in a safe location and you can get still, just drop your thoughts, shed your thoughts, let them melt, drop down into your heart. Maybe even put your hand over your heart so you can connect there. And I already feel Judah's presence, that pressure on my heart chakra. I love that feeling, knowing they're there. And let's begin. Hmm. Hello, dear and precious ones. Yes, this is a good practice. This is a good practice to drop the mind. And you can do it so quickly and so simply. You simply close your eyes, put your focus on your heart, and relax. You see, many of you feel frustrated when you meditate, for you feel that your mind should be completely silent and should stop altogether. And so you feel that you aren't measuring up to some elusive standard that you have picked up also by your ego mind through your interactions in the spiritual spaces. And you have constructed in your minds an idea of what meditation should be like and what it should look like. And you have in your imagination this thought and true thought that when people meditate, or very spiritual people supposedly, that their mind grows completely quiet and silent. Now, that is true for those who are veteran meditators and have been doing it many years. They have trained their mind and they do enter into a state of complete and total silence in the mind. And those who are fully enlightened operate in this manner all the time. Their mind is quiet. It is blank. It is open. It is allowing. And the mind has become subservient to the superconscious, to the eternal aspect, the higher mind, we will say. And so don't misunderstand that because your thoughts are active in meditation, that you have somehow failed or not doing it right and so on. Know that the goal is simply to relax the mind. So even if the mind, the volume of your thoughts is lowered, that is much progress in the right direction. And also, when you begin to meditate, sometimes your mind will seem to be ever so much louder. And that is okay as well, for the ego mind will tend to dig in its heels or grasp on tightly in order to hold on to you when it is being threatened. And make no mistake that meditation is a threat to the ego mind. Yes, it is. It is a real threat to the ego's control and all your conditioned thought. So be easy on yourself, be gentle. Take deep breaths. Mhm, mhm, mhm. And relax. Relax the body, relax the mind. And if your mind is running all over the place, do not worry about that. What if you had a little puppy and the puppy was jumping and tripping and hopping and running about with so much energy and ran off here and there, and you had to go and get the puppy and bring it back? Well, you wouldn't be upset with the puppy. The puppy's just doing what the puppy does. And this is the way with the mind. It will run around here and there when you meditate, and that is okay. Simply keep bringing it back to the moment. Just bring it back. No scolding needed, no punishment. No one has a measuring stick here, my dear. No one at the Judah channel, no one in the angelic realm of Judah is measuring your progress, is writing a report card for you. No, you see, we are only here to love and support you and assist you. So when you meditate, just still your body. Even that is a huge victory to hold body in stillness for a minute, for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes. And even doing this will alleviate a lot of the noise in your mind. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Sometimes the thoughts that come to you in meditation are parts or aspects of the self that you have been ignoring or stuffing in a closet or brushing under the rug, and they need to be heard. And so you can hear them in meditation and you can give them a listening ear. In order that they may also relax and give up their resistance to the superconscious, to your higher mind. Mhm. Tonight, this vessel is going to be talking about keeping it simple. Why? Well, as she tells you very frequently, everything she presents here to you in the way of a topic are things that she is working on herself with us and with her higher self, with her angels and guides. And in truth, there are many struggles that she has that we allow, we stand back and don't intervene to some degree because they are her learning spaces and places, and they are the context in which she identifies with you and your human struggle. And so it is good for her to wrestle a little bit with this and that and the other so that she can develop more mastery and also receive insight from her inner being and from us about how to guide you with your similar struggles. And when she sits with you and listens to your stories, your challenges, what's important to you in personal sessions, she always, always, always sees in you an aspect of herself. And this is what is meant by oneness. It's not meant, oneness does not mean sameness. It doesn't mean that you are exactly the same as she or she is the same as you. You certainly say all together in humanity share many unique but shared experiences. But understand that oneness does not mean sameness. You have your own unique perspective on your life. Even if you had a twin, let's say, or were one of a set of multiples, and those others, your siblings, experience the exact same circumstances as you, the same parenting, the same food, the same environment, and so on, understand that your experience still would be completely unique to you because only you see the world through your eyes. And it is your universe that you are creating. Your perspective causes all that you feel. For you see, there could be one walking down the street and someone might shout an insult at them such as, "You're so stupid." And this one might be able to completely disregard the comment altogether and feel nothing of a personal nature from it because they know that they know that they know they are not stupid. Whereas another person could have exactly the same experience and immediately feel shame or humiliation or identify with the comment, the happening as a truth, you see. And so each of you is having a very unique experience that is shaped and colored by your background, where you live, the language you speak, the country you live in, the parents you have, the upbringing, the teachers, the education or lack thereof, your job experiences, and all of that. Mhm. So you are one in the sense that you are connected and you all originate from the same source, but you are not the same. You are unique in the sense that you are having your own beautiful creation. You are creating your own reality and you are co-creating with others. Now, the topic tonight about simplicity, understand that the ego mind will always make things complicated. And the more people, persons, places, things, ideas you are interacting with, the more potential there is for ego mind identification with other concepts and energies, and also for an entanglement with others. There is constant entanglement happening on an energetic level everywhere you go. This vessel just arrived back from the grocery store. It was packed with many people in the wake of the storm, buying food, weary from cleaning up debris, from being without electricity. And in this very packed store, there were many energies of stress, of concern, of worry, and so on, of weariness. And so, being mindful as she walks in the store and out, that for some moments while she is there, she is immersed in and is entangled with all the energies of all the other beautiful souls. And knowing, understanding this so that you don't have to continue on in any sort of energetic creation that you don't want to be a part of. Yes, you can simply wash it away. Wash it away. Mhm. Yes. With a quick clearing. It could be something as simple as this. In your inner being, as you walk out of the store, you might say, Judah, please tag and treat all the fields with which I just interacted. Please smooth out their emotional pain and return everything back to source that does not belong to me. You see, you are interacting in fields of consciousness all the time. This is why we encourage you to be aware and mindful of the media and other things that you consume. You could go into a movie feeling just fine and come out of it feeling sad or despairing or anxious, depending upon what you watched and to what degree you co create or entangle your energies with what is being presented to you. See? hmm 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 Some of you go into places, as we said, feeling fine and walk out feeling another way altogether. Be mindful of your environment. Be mindful of the vibrations. Be mindful. Be mindful. Be mindful of your contribution. Mm-hmm, 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 hmm, hmm. We love you very much. We are here to support you. We care about what's going on with you. We care about your health. We care about your finances. We care about your happiness in your families, your relationships, in your work. We care about your spiritual expansion and your growth. Keep asking us for assistance and know that we will come through for you. And you will find this assistance in the synchronicities, in the people that appear before you with a lighter, brighter disposition and an answer to something that you have been, an issue you've been presenting to us. Yes? Feel our energies in your body. Feel the weight of our hand on your heart chakra. Know that we don't go anywhere. Some of you have a mistaken idea that when you call on our name, then we will appear. And then after said conversation, we recede to some mysterious place. But we are always with you. We never leave. We are sentinels in that regard. We are likened to those soldiers that guard the palace in London, the Queen's Palace. We stand by quietly, silently in the ready, ready for you to issue your request, to issue your commands, no less. Yes, that is true. Angels are literally at your command. Hmm. How do you feel our presence? You feel it through a lightening of your emotional state, an elevation in your emotional state, a sudden flow, a sudden flushing, or a catharsis of emotion. This is the presence of angels. A sudden lightheartedness, a laugh, a synchronicity, a breeze blowing by. Yes? Hmm, 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 hmm. We are very busy now helping those who are recovering from in the aftermath of the storm. We send you our comfort and love. We know some of you have suffered much loss. We are here for you. We want you to know that storms are inevitable, and we are speaking metaphorically here. And of course, in the material, natural realm. Storms are inevitable, but they are a beautiful gift from the Creator to remove things that are dead, things that are ready to be cleared. Storms are a natural pruning. Mhm, mhm. Even an effortless pruning. The wind prunes what is no longer serving. Pruning makes way for new growth. Mhm, 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 mhm. And what is dead may then decompose and on the ground and even nourish the soul, the soil, the soul, the soil, nourishing the soul's soil so that new things can grow in due time. Reconnect with us. Don't forget. You see, the thing about living simply, the mind always wants more information, more insight, more details, more things to chew on. This is what the mind wants. But soul life is simple. And so the challenge is to remember just how easy it is and stay focused on rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It is much like the laundry that you do, my dears. Yes, you do it over and over and over and over. Mm? Wash, dry, fold, wear, hamper, wash, dry, fold, wear, hamper. Yes, spiritual life is much like this. What are the basics? Focus on the basics. Many of you are bored with the basics, the wash, dry, fold, wear, repeat. You are tired of that. You want something, your ego, we will say, wants something more exciting, more titillating, more tickling. Mhm. But it is these basics of which the vessel will speak to you tonight, which will sustain you and bring you into joy and higher consciousness, which will bring you into the remembrance of your divinity. Good. Good. Lovely. Okay, great. Good to see you all tonight, precious ones. I see you lining up here and getting excited. Okay, kiss. Keep it simple, sweethearts. Keep it short and simple. Keep it simple and straightforward. Keep it super simple. You see, the more complicated something is, the less likely it is that that thing will be useful to others. Have you ever noticed that? Albert Einstein said, make everything as simple as you can, but not simpler than that. Less is more. Leonardo da Vinci said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I love that. So I'm going to talk to you guys about this topic tonight because I have made some things in my life a lot more complicated than they need to be. And for me, the more energies I get involved in my day-to-day life and outworkings, then the more challenges can come up. My dairy farmer friend said it like this. He said, the more cows you have, the more manure you have. And the more people that you're working with and interacting with, the more, stuff comes with that. And that's okay. That's okay, right? But sometimes we, just have to realize when it's time to take a step back, go back to the basics, extract ourselves from things that are getting complicated. So we can allow whatever is going on. This is the simplicity of spiritual life. Simple spiritual life is to allow what is. This is simplicity of spiritual life. We got to the mountain house this weekend and there was a big tree on the back of the house. So no need to be upset about that, right? Just knowing that this is what is. We allow what is. We are here now in the moment and doing the next right thing that needs to be done in order to take responsibility for our lives. Yeah. Allow what is. Be here now. Fear and doubt are what are behind complexity. Mhm. Fear and doubt. The ego mind is fear driven and it will make things complicated really quickly. Thoughts from the ego mind want you to think they are really important. And then they want you to continue thinking on them and adding on more thoughts to the storyline of the fear and the doubt. Yeah. So fear is always creating a story about what used to be or what is going to be, and it's always dredging up the past or conjuring up scenarios about the future that haven't even happened. Fear cannot uh, stick around or be active if you are in the moment. It's very hard to be fearful and be in the moment. What is true wisdom? Wisdom is what works, doing what works. It's taking responsibility for the next thing in your immediate environment that needs your attention, for which you are responsible. True wisdom is clear. It's simple. It works. It's based on the truth, and it's in the present moment. True wisdom gets to the point. Mhm. And so, what do we do when things get really complex and complicated? Sometimes I find myself in situations where I kind of get turned around. I don't know what end is up. I don't know what to do next. I don't know how to make sense of the energetic entanglement that I find myself in. So, what to do? Well, we can begin by just using the situation as a signal, as a sign. Ooh, okay, I get it. Sign, red light, stop sign. Things are getting complicated. That means the ego's at play. It might be my ego, it might be others, it could be a combination of mine and others. But this complexity and drama is the signal that either I or others have been hijacked by the ego mind. So, Jesus was a proponent of simplicity. And he lived in very simple times as opposed to the times that we live in today. There was a group of religious people. They had control of, they were the religious hierarchy of the day in the Jewish culture. And they were always trying to trick Jesus or trap him. And these Pharisees lived a very complicated, detailed, complex, dramatic type of spiritual experience. They had to say certain prayers over their food and wash their hands a certain number of times and kiss the doorpost as they left. And they had prayers for everything, for every kind of occasion. And they had 5 books full of laws that they followed about how to address all kinds of minutia, experiences, detailed sacrifices that had to be made with certain persons and priests and certain wardrobe and this and that and the other. I mean, it was just as complicated as it could get. Yeah. And what was fascinating and a point Judah wants to make here is that the Pharisees found a way to monetize all of this to line their own pockets. Yes. And so these Pharisees they didn't like Jesus, of course, because the crowds were following him in droves. Thousands of people everywhere following him, hanging on every word that he had to say. They were finding so much life in him, not in all of their complicated, complex scenarios that they had created. And they didn't like this. Obviously, they were jealous. So they were always trying to trick him and trap him in the conversation with their questions. And one day they came to him and say, in the trying to entrap him and said, Jesus, tell us, master, teacher, what of all the laws of Moses, which is the most important? And they felt sure that whatever answer he gave, that it would discredit him in some way. And this was his response. He took this from Moses' teaching. He said, "What's most important is this." He said, "There's actually only one important law, spiritual law, and it's this: love God, love yourself so that you can love others." That's my paraphrase. Love God and love yourself so you can love others. And so it is that simple, isn't it? It was so fascinating because I was with a friend this week, some friends, working on a complex situation, and they reminded me, I love it, of something Judah has taught. And it is this: Judah says, "Love the one in front of you." Love the one in front of you. That's not complicated, right? So, if every one of us, Judah taught us, if everyone on the planet tonight just loved the one person in front of them, the whole world would be instantly transformed into high vibrational love energy. The whole world would be transformed by that. So, when we get confused and we don't know how to love people in a constructive way, then we know that we need more to channel more love from the divine. People get tired of hearing the word love. The word love doesn't work out to be a nice marketing strategy for the Judah channel or anything else, right? Because it's worn out, right? The word love is a commodity that sells on the shelves at Hallmark at Valentine's Day. We don't even know what it means anymore. It's just a useless word. But the truth is, love is the vibration, the life force, light energy of God, of the divine, of the very one who created us, who birthed us in love. And love heals everything. And I can just tell you what I've experienced in this work. Every one of you that comes to Judah or comes to me to talk with Judah or listens to a video or has a problem or a challenge, every single one of you underneath that challenge, no matter how specific and detailed it is and unique to your situation, what you're really looking for is love. To experience love, to know it, to feel it coursing through your body, to be overtaken by it and feel it flowing out of you to others and to you, right? So simple, right? Jesus was full of these simple teachings like, don't worry. He said that so many times. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't be afraid. He said that many times. Don't be afraid. Boy, if I could just master that one thing and just not be afraid of anything. Keep loving the person in front of me, and whatever circumstance happens, just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. In truth, there's nothing to be afraid of. Every fear is a fear of death, and there's nothing to fear in death because the moment we die, we walk right into the arms of bliss and love. So, complexity. The ego mind loves complexity. Chuck, one of his gifts to me, you guys might not think it was a gift, but I think it's a gift, is to stop me when I start talking and telling all my sob story about some problem or issue. And he knows that that's just my mind. And he'll tell me, that's just your mind. Stop thinking. And, sometimes I have the grace when he says it to just drop the whole thing and to just stop thinking. And it's amazing how when we can drop things and just surrender, that things work themselves out. They really do. They really do. And so many times, my ego mind wants to go to work on some problem or issue and think that I have to solve it up here, but I don't. If I trust, if I release it, if I drop it, if I hand it back to Judah and the angels, I mean, like clockwork, they come through with a solution. And it comes in such a miraculous, effortless, synchronistic, easy way. And this we learn from the Tao Te Ching. We learn to drop things. We learn to leave them be and let life unfold like life unfolds, and trust that divinity and angels, they have our best interests at heart always. We never drop off their radar. We're always on the satellite, even in the middle of a big storm. So let's talk about 8 simple practices, spiritual practices. Keeping it simple, sweetheart. Keeping it simple. 8 simple spiritual practices to get refocused on this week. Let's do it together. First of all, maintain a high vibrational atmosphere. Maintain a high vibrational atmosphere. Listen to things that make you feel better. Read things that lift you. Hang out with people that you feel good about being around. Keep the vibes high. Turn away from what's negative. Turn away from what's complicated. Turn away from the ego drama. Just turn away from it and look towards the next thing in your present, current environment that will make you smile, that will make you happy, that will make you feel better. Even if it's just as simple as going to bed early or taking a nap or getting a hug from someone. Maintain a high vibrational atmosphere. Just commit to that. Be determined. Be ruthless about eliminating negative energies. Mhm. Now, if you don't have focus, life force energy, there's a link below. You can check it out. That is a very easy way to really maintain a high vibrational atmosphere in your home, in your travels, in your workplace. It can help tremendously. Number 2, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Everything goes better when you're rested. Everything is easier. Life is easier. Life is better. Life is simpler when you feel good, when you're rested. Give yourself permission to sleep. Go to bed early, even if people make fun of you for it. Sleep late when you can. Yeah, take care of yourself. Rest. Number 3, eat well. Garbage in, you're going to feel like garbage. Yeah. Take in food that has life in it. If you're out on the road or you're at work or you're in a traveling or whatever's going on and you don't have access to what you would like to eat, just choose the best thing that's available. Look at the options and choose the healthiest thing that you can get your hands on. Eat well so you can feel well. Mhm. Number 4, meditate. Just meditate. I can tell you every time I get in a little slump and my ego is just kind of ruling the roost or schlepping around in there, I can usually point to the fact that I haven't been meditating or meditating as much as usual, meditating enough. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Keep your meditations simple. Keep them simple, sweetheart. They don't have to be complicated. They don't have to be an hour long or 30 minutes. You can just, when you get in the car in the morning to go to work, just stop for a whole minute. Just sit there in the seat of your car and just focus, feel the breath going in, feel it. Feel the breath when you inhale. Feel your little nose hairs. Feel your little nose hairs in there, the air going over the little nose hairs. And then when you exhale, feel the air going across your lip. Just do that for a few seconds before you head out to your busy day. Do it at lunch. Do it when you go into the bathroom at work. Just sit there in the stall with the door closed and just sit there for a minute and just breathe. Keep it simple, sweetheart. Do the same thing when you get in the car to go home from work. Before you pull out into that rush hour traffic, just take a minute or two and breathe, relax. Your meditations don't have to be complicated. You can just lay your hand on your belly. This is the one I do almost all the time. I just put my hand on my belly and I close my eyes and I feel my hand go up when I breathe and go back down when I exhale and go out when I inhale and back down when I exhale. It can be just that simple. And if you get bored with your meditation, yeah, you can try something else if you want, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Do what makes you happy, do what's effective. Wisdom is to do what works. Meditate more, especially if things are challenging. The first go-to action is not to think about it more or to call somebody up or fire off that email or that text. That's usually the wrong solution. The right solution is to meditate until you're centered and in peace. And many times when I do that, even as I open my eyes coming out of the meditation, I know exactly what I need to do about a certain situation. All right, number 5, connect with others. Connect, 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 connect. Connect with high vibe energies. That's what you're doing right now. If you're in a location where you don't have friends, that are similar in their perspective and in their desire to grow spiritually, you can connect with the Judah Family International on the Telegram group, or just ask angels. Say, Judah, can you help me find a spiritual partner? A spiritual partner. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be your grandmother. It could be your elderly neighbor next door. I don't know who it is. It could be a child. It could maybe your connection needs to just be with your precious beloved pet, a dog or a cat. Make a loving connection with someone. Science and psychology have taught us that people who are very isolated and do not have good connections with others will tend towards mental illness and even insanity. Okay? We don't need any more of that. So we got enough going on up there without more. So find somebody to connect with. And if you're not finding them, don't worry about it. Keep your eyes open. They're going to come. They're going to come. You will attract them through your loving intention. All right, number 6. Observe complicated, complex drama, systems, ego mind machinations, storylines, complaining, all of that stuff, low vibe stuff. Just observe it. Just observe it. Just watch it like you're watching a bad movie, as R.J. Spina says. Just pretend like you're watching a boring old movie. Yeah, as much as you can, detach from it. Detach. Remove yourself from it, emotionally, mentally. 7, simplify your material life. Boy, Chuck and I are on this bandwagon right now for sure. Cleaning out, giving things away, selling things off, examining things that are in our environment. Is this of any use to me? This thing here that I have, do I need it? How long has it been since I've used it? Does it have any value? Let's get rid of it. Simplify your material life. Now, I've had 2 parents pass, and I've spent, and Chuck as well, have spent untold numbers of hours sifting and sorting through junk and stuff. And some of it, was of very little value, and some of it seemed to have a great value to my parents and so on. What creates the value that we think a thing has? Our mind. Our mind tells us a story that it's valuable. There's a memory attached to it. We don't want to give away that old football jersey or that old photograph or whatever. Now, Chuck had a radical brand of spirituality when he was a young man, and he actually got rid of all of his photographs. Did you throw them out, sweetie, or did you burn them?
I don't remember.
He doesn't remember, but he got rid of all of them. And that was one of the things he did to help him release his attachment to his stories about himself and about his life, to allow himself to be a new person. So think about the things in your environment. Are they a weight to you? Are you wasting your time, energy, and attention maintaining things that really don't give you joy? Have things outlived their usefulness? Simplify your material life. Okay. And the last one is ask angels. It's so simple. And would you believe, here I am, the Judah channeler, I can forget this very simple practice just to ask angels for help. Ask them where are the glasses that I laid down, or ask them to get rid of the headache that I have. And we can this very simple task. There's a chapter in the scripture in Hebrews that talks all about angels in the New Testament. And when you look up the word angel in the original Greek language, it actually says, it infers there that angels are like waiters or waitresses. They literally stand in our energetic field and wait for us like a waiter or waitress. Have you ever been in a really great restaurant where the service was so excellent and somehow it seemed like the waiter or the waitress just kind of magically appeared when you were thinking the thought that you needed some butter or another drink or a dessert or something, and that they were just right there. And then once they brought what you needed, they kind of disappeared, and then they would come back again exactly when you needed them. Well, this is what angels are like, and we just need to remember to ask them for help and to put them to work, to give them jobs to do. All right. Let's see. Sweetie, do you have anything you want to share? No? Okay. All right. Let's have a channel on the way out this evening. Hmm. Hmm. So, Jude, I just asked that you would give us a very special grace from this night and going forward to live simply, to live with clarity, not to complicate things, to be aware, to have an awareness that when things are complicated, that we've gotten a little off track somewhere, and to come back to our center. And I'm going to ask Judah now for a light language transmission for simplifying. Actually, I'm going to reach up and see if we can bring the Pleiadian sisters in here. Wow, I feel that really strongly in my heart. You might be feeling that too, a fire in your heart. Hmm. 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 Good. Vioto viananya yania yehi yo hoshanawake ya yo osawa. Wianahe yo wariana hashinawale lilia yolo yalagide. Ikitihi ishinihi tike e. Urutu vuturia taria shitike itiataha yete e kiti e. Utuka o shanaka ayanehe diodo oshtai. And dear ones, we send to you our great blessing and grace that everything that is heavy, cumbersome, burdensome, complicated in your lives will fall away and wash away. Like the debris from the storm is washing in the rushing rivers, washing away, away, away. And we long to, and we will assist you now in removing so much debris from your life, which is causing complication. Oyana yuridio do yo hadya yeka yetehe. Oyahayawa levele sula yelele de leo golayala ide. Ishotoru ya rudo rutuko urudu yorudio dadia yenehe teke. Usaku shinake hete e teke e. And dear ones, as you simplify your life, there will be a deep calm and peace come into your inner being. Uria rudu rianu rudaria vutaka ushla viana tike e. Usahushina he tike e dahayana o yane sataka einste. Yolo yalaiki alaihesitaku ushanari vedika enekete. Yes, listen to these simple wisdoms to rest, to eat, to sleep, to drink good water, to meditate, to connect with someone who causes you to feel better, brighter, lighter, understood, uplifted. Udia rudu shuvidio to gariata da oshataga and de tika e. Ite e tika ushanaka I ite e tika I and no ukuta ite eke. Usaka ushanaka hate ite ite e and no uka shite e. Rota eka e shinaka ayete. And for those of you who feel lonely or alone, no, you're never alone. We are with you. We are with you. Call our name. There we will be. We are supporting you. We are upholding you. We are answering your request. We are even simplifying and clarifying and clearing the way for you. Even we wish that you could know and understand how many things that we have already cleared for you, problems, challenges, energies that you never even encountered, that never even made it to your doorstep because we cleared them for you. We oshto odia haro tuku ritarandu dukaste ite ikite. Oto ukati suta ushitake. Iko usanave ano ushanawete iteke ete. Isholo hotanateke. Don't give up. Don't get discouraged. If you talk to your angels and you don't feel any visceral, physical, tangible response or hear or see a sign in response, don't give up. We are here. We are here. It is coming. It is your birthright to talk with us, to fellowship with us, to hang out with us, to receive from us. It is your birthright. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Ushte vi otoku shinat yad ya etik urutu ushatake ete. Itike e ionoho shataka ete. Clear away the debris from the storms of your life. Clear it away, clear it away, clear it away. And you will find in the spring something new will be sprouting, will be growing for you and in you. Ishta otoku uriataretake e ulahayena aishitake. What you cannot control, what you cannot fix, what you cannot understand, give back to your loving Father, Mother God, who knows all things, understands all things, and always has your best interests at heart. And truly, it is true. It is true. All things are working together for your good. All things at all times are always working together for your good. And just accepting and receiving this truth will change everything in your inner being. Ushle vyota utica I iste ishteneke, but yone yahayene etika o ya losatabaite ishte. Udakai nete. We love you. We love you. We bless you. We bless you with mm, 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 the grace, the dignity, and the honor of your Creator, your Father, Mother, God, who you look like, who you are becoming, who you are beginning to act like, feel like, sound like, talk like, walk like your Mother, Father, God. Beautiful. All right. Thank you, precious ones. It's an honor to be with you tonight. Let's see. Any announcements? Judah Treats this month in October is going to be about your work life. We're going to be talking about that next week and laying the groundwork for that and doing some group healing about that. I know some of you are looking for jobs. Some of you are in jobs that you hate. Some of you are in jobs that you love, but you're underpaid. Many different issues that come up around work. So we're going to be talking about that next week. FLFE has a new upgrade, and the upgrade is this. If you have verified shungite and you keep it on your person up to 7 grams, it will enhance the effectiveness of FLFE by 35%. It will increase its effectiveness by 35%. So if you need more insider information about that, you can contact FLFE for that. Let's see, we have a really beautiful, fun, interactive session with Daniel Scranton that we will be releasing soon, and more good things to come. Okay, love you guys. See you soon.